Hi everybody, sanibonani. Welcome to my channel. Igama lami nguNtando Mdletshe, and on this channel sikhuluma ngama-reality TV shows, ama-celebrities kanye nama-YouTubers. If it is your first time joining me today and you like this content, please press the subscribe button la ngezansi and the notification bell so that you can get notifications uma ngabe umsebenzi omusha sengiwufakile. Please do not forget to like the video. So, you guys, I want to talk a little bit about Dr. Phashy's or Dr. Phashy. I actually find out it's Phashy, not Phashy. So, if I say Phashy, guys, it's a mistake. She actually said she is Dr. Phashy. Okay. Dr. Phashy in CN's interview with SABC News. Okay. Griselda is the one that actually did the interview, and I want to talk about some of the things that I realized when I was watching the interview. Some of the things that I have questions about, and probably this is not going to be the only video that I will do on this interview because guys, it was quite interesting. I am so glad that we get to hear from this woman finally. Okay, we get to hear from this woman and we can judge for ourselves if we believe her or not. Okay. So she did this interview, and honestly, overall, I did wish that Griselda had more time with her. I don't know if that's how the interview was edited. They just wanted us to get to the important parts, the parts that affect the court case. But I feel like the relationship between Dr. Phashy and Nandipa started in 2015. This is like from 2015 to 2022. There's a lot that happened to 2023, basically. There's a lot that happened there. There's a lot of questions that I had that I felt like I wish Griselda had asked, but I think she wanted to just focus on the issues that will affect the case. Okay, so it was shorter than I thought, the interview. And also, this is the thing, my impression of Dr. Phashy is that, sometimes you find people that are intelligent, and then you find people that are educated, and then now and then you find a combination of the two, and I felt like she is the combination of the two. That was my impression of her. She's a very intelligent woman, but she's also a very educated woman. Okay, which makes it even harder to believe some of the things that she was saying. You guys, I think for me, I can believe that honestly, when she started a relationship with Dr. Nandipa, she had no idea that Dr. Nandipa had a relationship with this prisoner. I can believe that, you guys. And it almost seems like she was groomed into a relationship with Nandipa so that slowly she can be introduced to Thabo Bester. I believe that, you guys. And I believe that, honestly, she had been watched. She was stalked. They knew that this is a woman that had money. She was well traveled. So she was targeted. I believe that she was targeted. I don't believe that Nandipa starting a relationship or a friendship with this woman was a coincidence. Probably even Thabo Bester, because we all know he had a phone, he had a laptop inside prison when he was inside prison, because we know that he was in and out. So I believe that maybe he even was the one that said, "Listen, you need to find a way to approach this woman and build a friendship with her because she has money that we need." Okay, and also I do believe her when she says that there are other doctors that were scammed too, because Nandipa and Thabo Bester had lots of money. You guys, didn't they say they had 187 million in the bank account? So. Because when she is being asked about how much she ended up paying over to them, she's talking about millions, but I don't believe that it's more than 10 million. So for Dr. Nandipa and or Thabo Bester to have so much money, they must have scammed other people as well. So I believe that part when she says there are doctors out there that have been scammed, but they're scared to come out because, of course, she was attacked as much as she was attacked, and so they don't want to come out. So I believe that, you guys. And also, when she starts talking about the business dealings between her and Dr. Nandipa, and Tabo Besta. That's where I start to have questions. Okay, remember I mentioned that I am receiving her as somebody that is intelligent, and I'm receiving her as somebody that is very much educated, and she's out here talking about how she signed contracts with Nandipa and Utabo Besta and their media company, and then there were contracts that were signed with OWN, which is Oprah Winfrey's network. By the way, Oprah is mentioned because apparently she was supposed to be coming for a conference, and she was supposed to be a speaker there, and Gail King as well was coming so that she can be a speaker there. Okay, so that's how Oprah comes in, or own the network. Okay, her network. So now I'm thinking, ma'am, you are receiving contracts to sign with OWN. Nothing is clicking when that, you know what, I need to take this contract to hand them over to my lawyer so that they can look over them. She's educated, you guys. She is very much intelligent. See, she has all the money in the world because she has millions to give to Dr. Nandipa and millions to give to Tabo Bester. So why are you not taking these contracts that you are signing over here that are basically worth millions? Because she was about to spend millions on this project, but she did not take the contracts to be to have her lawyer look over them and say, listen, everything is legit. SABC looked at those contracts. That's what Griselda is saying. They looked at the contracts. They was like, this is not on. Okay, something is bogus here, but you couldn't do it. Those are some of the things that made me have questions about, the story that she is telling. I kind of feel like even if she is telling some truths, I feel like she's not telling all of the truth, because there's just things that are not adding up for me, you guys. So, of course, she talks about the fact that in 2020, that's when they started to communicate with UTK, because before that, she was only communicating with Dr. Nandipa. But she does also say that it wasn't a kind of relationship where they were spending time at each other's houses and all of that. And that's another thing, you guys, because she talks about the fact that she really trusted Dr. Nandipa to take care of her business while she was busy as a frontliner during COVID. Yet she's talking about the fact that they had never been to each other's houses and having dinners and all of that. They were just communicating through social media. But she's talking about how she trusted Dr. Nandipa to take care of business while she was busy as a frontliner during COVID. Okay, so in 2020, that's when they started talking business with TK, who used to call her, communicate with her. And obviously, that's another evidence, if we believe Dr. Phashy, that Thabo Bester was in and out of prison. She says the backgrounds would be Thabo Bester in the yacht, Thabo Bester walking in the streets, Thabo Bester, it didn't look like he was in prison when he was calling her. And there were phone calls all the time, okay, video calls even. So, of course, now we already knew that Thabo Bester was never really in prison, because he was out when he wanted to be out of prison. So in 2020, that's when they started doing business, and then she's starting to pay money over to Dr. Nandipa. Okay, so I went and I checked, you guys, what was happening with Dr. Nandipa in 2020. In 2020, you guys, in August, that's when Dr. Nandipa started posting the cars, the cars that she bought within 1 year. She bought 2 cars within 1 year. Yes, in 2020, okay? She posts one car in 2020. She posts another in August 2020, and then she posts another in October 2020, okay? Now, here's the thing, you guys. You've started giving this woman money, because Griselda does ask her, okay, so you paid money over to which account? She says, I paid money to Nandipa's account, because that's the person I trusted in this transactions, or in this project. And then, so you paid money over to Dr. Nandipa. A few months later, she's buying 2 cars, and you don't suspect anything. Being the intelligent and educated woman, you don't suspect that. How come after I pay money to this woman's account, now she's starting to buy cars? Okay, 2 cars in the same year. Okay, all of those things, you guys, I feel like anyone else would have questioned such things, but she did not question any of those things. Okay, and then there is the fact that around the time when Thabo Bester was about to escape, she says that on the 2nd of May, because Thabo Bester escaped on the 3rd of May, early hours, I believe, early hours of the 3rd of May. Okay, so she says on the 2nd of May, because it had been a public holiday, she had spoken to him, she had communicated with him, but he had, and telling him what it's a holiday. So obviously they can't do much business in South Africa because, of course, Thabo Bester was in the US. Okay. There by Mangaung. Okay, Manga. We must start calling Mangaunga USA, okay, because he was in the USA. So then the communicator is like, listen, it's a holiday today. I'm chilling with my husband. And if you go check her Facebook, okay, check Dr. Phashy's Facebook. Yes, on the 2nd of May 2020. When did he escape? On the second of May, Vele, it's that vibe of her and her husband. They had a getaway. Yabona ukuthi nje girl has no time because ubusy uyazijolela, and yes, you guys. And also another thing with the Dr. Phashy, you guys, I see how she was targeted because her social media is very telling. This woman has money, okay? This woman has money and has lots of it. So I totally understand how she was targeted, which also shows good. Sometimes it's not a good idea when you're rich to just be posting everything, because it just makes you vulnerable to scammers, because they can just see that you have lots of money. So yes, if you go on the 2nd of May, just before Thabo Bester escaped, you can see that she's right. She was in it's like holiday vibes with her husband. But she does say that the following day, which was the day that Thabo Bester would have escaped from prison, he had said that he wasn't going to be able to be in contact with her because he was busy escaping, of course. But he doesn't say that to her. He says that he was going to be busy in a meeting whole day. Okay, so they were not going to be able to speak. And at that time, they were supposed to be finalizing some things about the ticket sale system. And she does say that around that time, that was the time when more money was being required from her. So it means that Dr. Phashy and probably other doctors that we're not hearing about funded Thabo Bester's escape, you guys. That was it 5 million that was given to the guy that arranged the other guys to help with the escape. Those millions that were given to him actually came from Dr. Phashy, because Griselda does ask, did you give them 5 million? Because I think she was trying to figure out, is it the same 5 million that was given to the guy that helped Thabo Bester with the escape? Remember, there's a 5 million somewhere, if I'm not mistaken. There's too many numbers here, guys. If I make a mistake, I sorry. But yes, so Griselda was trying to ask, did you pay them 5 million? Because if you pay them 5 million, it means that they took that 5 million, gave it to the guy, But I kind of feel like, you guys, yes, she was funding them, but I do believe that there were other people that funded, whether they knew it or not, that they were funding the escape of Thabo Bester. We get to the passport issue, you guys. When we've heard so many stories about the issue that you start feeling like, you know what, guys, whatever it is when it comes to the passport, okay, I'll just take whatever story. Because the passport, at some point, the passport was stolen from her. And then at some point, the passport had been given to Dr. Nandipa to organize some visa for her. And then at some point, the passport had been collected from the traveling agency. And then now, okay, now the story is she had given the passports to Dr. Nandipa because, of course, she needed to have a working visa because, well, remember, the conference was going to be in South Africa, but because of COVID or whatever, the vaccine, they decided it was going to be in the US. Now, she was going to, at the same time while she's attending that conference, which was her conference, by the way, because she was paying for everything, okay, she was going to work there in some hospital, so they had to organize her working visa, okay? Now, okay, now I'm losing my train of thought. Oh, it's the passport. Hey, guys, the passport issue confuses me. So now she says, no, the passport was collected from her by the driver. I don't know if it's her driver that she sent her driver or Nandipa's driver collected. But yeah, she gave it to the driver. The driver gave it to Nandipa, which she was supposed to get back, but she never got back. But then she had cancelled the passport. So the passport that Nandipa had when she had skipped the country actually was useless because she had already cancelled it. I don't think that we'll ever really get the straight story when it comes to the passport. Okay, we just know that the passport was given to Nandipa. How? I don't know. I don't even think that we should believe. There's been too many stories when it comes to the passport. about, you guys. Listen, here's the thing that confuses me, that she did not clarify. When did you know that you were being scammed? Because of course all of us found out about the article that was published to say that there's a prisoner here that possibly escaped, and the prisoner is being assisted by Dr. Nandi. But she says when she found out about that article, she thought, oh my God, because she did not realize that it's TK who's Tawapesta, sent it to Tawapesta and said, listen, this is what they're saying about Nandipa. Okay. But I'm not clear when she realized she was being scammed, because from 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, these people are planning a conference for you and you don't realize that something is off here. Why doesn't the conference come? When was the conference supposed to be? Did that date come? When it came, what happened? Okay, I did not get that clarity. And I'm like, the minute you realize that you were being scammed, how come you did not go to the police? Okay, even before the article came, did you not think, well, something is funny here? I've already paid over 5 million to these people, and the conference is not coming. Something is just being delayed. Let me go to the police because something is off here. And then also, if she says that she did not know until the article was published, okay, fine. Once the article is published, why are you not rushing to the police and saying, listen, I know these people, oh my God, I'm scared, they scammed me, I paid 5 million over to, before we even find the passport, before, because we knew about Dr. Phashy from the passport being found with Nandip. So I'm like, before that, how are you not rushing to the police and say, oh my God, I've been dealing with a prisoner and I did not even know that he was a prisoner. This is the information. These are the contracts that we signed. This is the money I paid over to them. Why didn't you do that? That is my question when it comes to Dr. Phashy. So as much as I believe, honestly, that when she started that relationship with Dr. Nandipa, it wasn't a relationship that was meant for them to commit crimes together. No, I don't believe that. But I do believe that she's not being honest. But when she found out that these people were shady and what she did about it, because then if she found out, how come she did not go to the police and just say, listen, guys, my hands in the air. Bangiskemile, bathathile ama-millions ami, ngiyasaba manje because the prisoner is out here having my contact number, have my address and all of that. Anyway, you guys, I don't know what you thought about that interview, okay? I don't know, you guys. I just want all of these doctors to just come out and say, listen, I was scammed, all of them, so that we can see if the story, is true. But anyway, you guys, that's all that they discuss. I still have questions. I appreciate the interview very much, but I still have questions. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Please like it before Pumegona. Share it with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers in Tanda. Kaku.